I mean, it looked a little...
Not that scene. That scene was not fun. Having your face thrashed against fake rock is not fun. But no, it was a fun shoot. You know, we shot in this beautiful island, Lord Howe Island. No one's ever shot there before. It was pristine and amazing. And then the rest of it was basically in a giant swimming pool.
Blake Lively's carefully crafted image as Hollywood's golden girl is starting to crack. For years, she's been known as the charming actress with an effortless blend of elegance and wit. But behind the scenes, things are far messier than anyone imagined. Explosive allegations, leaky text messages, and a lawsuit that could shatter her career have brought her into the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. And now, the truth is finally coming out. Recent evidence has surfaced that challenges everything she's been saying. The accusations, the victim narrative, the supposed smear campaign against her. What if it was all part of a bigger plan? And what if that plan is now backfiring in the most spectacular way possible? This story is filled with Hollywood power moves, legal battles, and shocking twists that will make you question everything. So buckle up, because things are about to get wild.
I had
Why
never
did
read
you
a...
read it? Yeah.
Well, I just started Wayfair Studios, and at the time, my book agent, shout out to Johanna Castillo, sent it to me. And she said, just read it, because I was looking for movies that could be commercial and speak to the human experience. And
Were you reading romance novels?
And I had never read a romance novel.
Never?
And she said, just trust me, read it. So I read it, and by the end of the book, I couldn't even read the text on the page because I was crying so much. My wife was in bed next to me, and she's, you know, I got snot coming out of my nose. And then I read the reason why Colleen wrote the movie. It was for her mother, who had a real life experience like this. You know, she was Lily Bloom.
It all began with a lawsuit that shook Hollywood. Blake Lively publicly accused actor and director Justin Baldoni of launching a smear campaign against her. She claimed that after working on their film, It Ends With Us, he manipulated the media, spread false narratives, and destroyed her reputation. Baldoni, however, fought back with a lawsuit of his own, revealing a very different story. He claimed that Blake had been the one pulling the strings all along, twisting the narrative to frame herself as the victim while taking control of the project behind the scenes. With both sides lawyering up, the public was left wondering who was telling the truth, and more importantly, who had the receipts to prove it.
I mean, I feel like at a year and a half, she's equipped to be a babysitter.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Like, we can go out and do date night, and we'll be fine with that. No, there's this lady on Instagram who I used to love to watch. Her name was Old Joy, and she just made having a baby look lovely. Everything is white, and she always has a fresh blueberry pie that's steaming, and scones and clotted cream, and she's reading Old Man and the Sea, and her little boy who's Rolly with bonnets is just like sleeping while knitting. You know, a little like caftan. I mean, it's amazing, and I thought this is lovely.
One of Blake's strongest weapons in this battle was a bombshell interview with the New York Times. In it, she painted herself as the ultimate victim, a woman betrayed, silenced, and targeted by powerful Hollywood forces. It was a masterstroke of PR designed to gain public sympathy. But then something unexpected happened. Leaked messages surfaced, revealing that the New York Times may have deliberately left out key details to make Baldoni look like the villain. Parts of text exchanges were reportedly edited, sections were taken out of context, and some messages were even rearranged to fit a specific narrative. It was a shocking revelation that made people question everything Blake had said. If she was willing to manipulate an entire media narrative, what else was she hiding? More information surfaced, it became clear that this wasn't just about a lawsuit, it was about power. Multiple sources claimed that Blake Lively wanted full creative control over It Ends With Us. Despite being an actress in the film, she allegedly demanded to see all daily cuts, pushed for her own version of the film, and even threatened to boycott promotions if she didn't get her way. But it didn't stop there. Reports suggest that she used her powerful connections, including her husband Ryan Reynolds and best friend Taylor Swift, to apply pressure behind the scenes. Some insiders even speculated that Ryan himself had a hand in rewriting key scenes, a move that Baldoni wasn't even consulted on. Was this a simple case of an actress wanting creative input, or was Blake orchestrating something much bigger? The internet was quick to notice something eerily familiar about Blake's situation. The comparisons to Amber Heard were impossible to ignore. Like Amber, Blake initially had the public on her side. Like Amber, she gave a tearful interview painting herself as a victim. And just like Amber, cracks in her story started to appear when receipts surfaced. Amber Heard's case ended in disaster when the truth came out. Could Blake's situation be heading in the same direction? If so, she may have made the biggest mistake of her career. Perhaps the most damning blow to Blake's case came when private messages between her and Baldoni were leaked. One of her biggest accusations was that he had repeatedly invaded her personal space, showing up uninvited when she was undressed or vulnerable. But leaked text told a very different story. In one message, Blake herself invited Justin to her trailer while she was breastfeeding. His response? A casual, polite reply that didn't indicate any discomfort or inappropriate behavior. This message completely contradicted her claim that he was forcing himself into her space without consent. If Blake was lying about something as serious as this, what else was she being dishonest about? As these allegations surfaced, public opinion started shifting. Social media, which was once filled with sympathy for Blake, began questioning her motives. The hashtag #BlakeLies started trending, and fans who had supported her began expressing doubts. Was she truly a victim, or was she weaponizing public sentiment for personal gain? Hollywood insiders also started speaking up. Anonymous sources from production teams shared stories about Blake's controlling nature and how she allegedly overstepped her role on set. Some even suggested that she had been using powerful media connections to control the narrative for years. As the controversy grew, Hollywood insiders and A-list celebrities found themselves at a crossroads. Some, particularly those close to Blake, remained silent, hoping to ride out the storm. Others, however, started quietly distancing themselves. Sources claim that a major studio executive, who had previously expressed interest in casting Blake in a high-profile project, is now reconsidering. There's too much noise around her right now. An anonymous producer revealed, no one wants their film overshadowed by a PR nightmare. At the same time, Justin Baldoni has been receiving an outpouring of support from unexpected places. Several industry veterans have privately backed his side of the story, citing their own experiences with similar power struggles in Hollywood. If more people speak up, Blake could face an uphill battle in defending her reputation.
Well, it's based on a beautiful, really important book, and it's about a young woman named Lily who confronts the generational cycles.
With every passing week, new details are surfacing, and Hollywood is paying attention. Studio executives are rumored to be reconsidering future collaborations with Blake, wary of the controversy now surrounding her name. Even fellow actors and insiders have remained tight-lipped, possibly avoiding association with a scandal that could spiral further. PR analysts suggest that Blake's next moves will be critical. A carefully orchestrated apology or an exclusive tell-all interview could attempt to sway public opinion back in her favor. But if she remains silent or continues the legal battle, the damage might become irreversible. The entertainment industry's most notorious gossip sites have been flooded with cryptic blind items that appear to reference the situation. Some claim that a second wave of evidence is about to drop, possibly leaked emails or recorded conversations that could further dismantle Blake's narrative. One particularly damning rumor suggests that a top-tier journalist is working on a deep-dive exposé about how certain celebrities manipulate the press to maintain their carefully curated images. Could Blake be at the center of that investigation? If so, this scandal is far from over. With Hollywood watching and public opinion shifting, the real question isn't just about who's right or wrong. It's about how far the fallout will reach. One thing is certain: the truth is coming, and when it does, there will be no place to hide. One of the most shocking claims came from Baldoni himself. He revealed that on the night of the film's premiere, he was sent to the basement. Yes, you heard that right. The director and lead actor of the film was allegedly banned from the main event because Blake and Ryan didn't want him there. If true, this was one of the most blatant power moves Hollywood had ever seen. It raised a serious question. Was Blake trying to erase Baldoni's role in the film altogether? As the pressure mounted, Blake made a surprising move. She filed for a gag order against Baldoni. In simple terms, she wanted to prevent him from releasing any more evidence against her. The problem? This move made her look even more suspicious. If she had nothing to hide, why would she be so desperate to silence him? At this point, many people started to believe that Blake wasn't the victim at all. She was the one controlling the narrative. So where does this leave us? Blake's public image has taken a major hit, and this lawsuit is far from over. More evidence is expected to surface, and if history has taught us anything, it's that the truth eventually comes out. Hollywood careers have crumbled over less. Will Blake's be next? Or will she find a way to turn the tide and reclaim her narrative? The next few months will be crucial, and one thing is certain: this story is far from over. Stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding Hollywood drama.